Parking mode. Lots of different options here. Radar, smart parking, motion and impact detection, time lapse, and energy saving mode. So let's break it all down. The new radar parking mode with built-in radar is low-powered recording mode that utilizes the U3000's built-in radar to monitor motion with minimal power consumption. This requires you using the hardwiring or OBD-II cable. This allows for longer buffered parking surveillance, so you have footage of events leading to an incident. When a motion or impact is detected, the U3000 will save a 20-second video clip, 10 seconds before and 10 seconds after the incident has been detected. Smart parking mode. So this is a new feature. This safety feature prevents heat-related damage by automatically switching the U3000 to a low power mode if the temperature inside the vehicle gets too high during parking mode. In this state, the dash cam records incidents triggered by impacts only until its operating temperature is safe again to resume motion detection or time-lapse parking mode. Motion detection. Motion detection parking mode saves a 20-second video clip after a motion or impact has been detected, 10 seconds before and 10 seconds after the event. Time-lapse. Time-lapse parking mode records footage at 2 frames per second, enabling the dash cam to continuously record long periods of parking surveillance without increasing power consumption. Energy Saving 2.0. The energy saving parking mode saves a 20-second video clip only after an impact has been detected, 20 seconds immediately after the event, allowing the U3000 to reduce its power consumption and remain in parking mode for a longer duration. So everybody's always asking about low battery protection and whether or not it actually works. So currently it's in continuous recording mode right now. I'm going to cut off the ignition power, which is going to put it into parking mode, and then I'm going to drop the voltage to see if the low battery protection kicks in. So right there, I've turned the ignition power off on the power supply, and within 30 seconds you're going to hear it saying parking recording will now start.
Parking recording will now start.
Okay, so we have it in parking mode. It's on motion detection. You can see it's drawing, about 300 milliamps of current, 3.6 watts, and it's sitting at 12.5 volts. Now, the low battery protection cutoff is set for 12 volts, which means if I drop it below 12 volts, the dash camera should shut off to protect the battery of the car. So I'm going to change it to 11.9 volts. And let's see if the low battery protection kicks in. And there you have it. The dash camera shut off after, I'm going to have to verify exactly how long it was, but it shut off at 11.8 volts after, I'm thinking it was about 2 minutes of being below the set voltage. So now if we see a spike, I don't think it'll turn back on because I'm pretty sure we're going to have to see the ignition cycled again in order for it to reset. But there you go. That's how low battery protection works. So let's talk current draw of parking mode. We're going to start off with what the total current draw of this dash camera is while you're driving around. So it's drawing 450 milliamps of current, or 5.6 watts, depending on how you want to look at it. That's not even half an amp of current. Now let's go into the parking mode features. The radar parking mode, and this is what really blows me away. The radar parking mode is drawing 10 milliamps of current on our test bench. Okay, 0.1 watts. Motion detection. is drawing 286 milliamps, or 3.5 watts. Timelapse is drawing 251 milliamps, or 3.1 watts. And energy saving mode is drawing 3 milliamps, or I'm just saying 0.1 watts because it's so low it won't even register. Anyways, what does this mean? You're probably looking at it going, all these specs, these numbers, they don't mean anything to me, Ben. So I'm going to give you some context. Motion detection on most dash cameras out there are usually, while parked, about 220 to 250 milliamps of current. This one's 286 milliamps. If you use the radar parking mode on this unit, it will last 28 times longer. So that means if the motion detection on this unit, let's say it lasts an average of 3 hours on your vehicle while parked, with the same battery, same current, this radar parking mode would last 84 hours. That's like 3.5 days, I think, if you do the math really quick there. So that's how much more you can get out of this new radar parking mode. Now keep in mind, if you're parking on the street and there's lots of traffic, it's not going to last that long, because when the radar parking mode does wake up to record video footage, it will shoot up to the motion detection milliamp hours. Okay. However, if it's not and it's parked in your garage and there's nothing going on, guess what? It's not going to wake up and record. It's just going to stay at that very low 10 milliamp current draw. So something to keep in mind, because nobody else that I know of on the market is actually doing it. And this is pretty impressive.